let's go into your high school years. You're in high school now, and have you had a girlfriend yet?
No.
And you're smoking weed. Anything else?
Still getting bullied. But at this point in high school, like it was different. Like everybody had their own faction, so I was trying to fit in somewhere at this point. And I was doing a lot of dumb shit, so I ended up getting expelled from the whole school district.
What did you get expelled for?
Brandishing a knife.
So you brought a knife to school, and I guess maybe someone was bullying you, and you pulled it on
Well,
them,
yeah, I
or
had it out. I had it out. I pulled it out because someone stole my Walkman. Yeah.
so you were like completely expelled after that.
Yeah. I went
And
to the board. I went in front of the board and all this, and then they ended up expelling me, and then I had to go to continuation school
okay, so was that for the rest of high school?
for the good majority of it.
Okay, and
For a
then
good majority of, yeah, pretty much, yeah. For the good majority of, I would have to say freshman and a little bit of a sophomore.
I'm not really familiar with what a continuation school is. How is it different from a high school?
It's a good question. It's kind of
Is it like filled with people that got expelled or something? Or
that's like honestly, like to be honest, Grady, that's kind of I wasn't around, and this is how I know I was different. Because I was around a lot of gang members, drug activity, people that were like selling and doing their shit at that age. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And like um, just wild shit. People going in and out of juvenile hall and like gang activity and just like crazy stuff. And I
What
do
was? Can you give me an example of some of the craziest shit you saw there?
just a lot of fights. A lot of people would pull up. It was not like crazy shit that I saw there. Like it's kind of just it was weird. It was set up like very weird. Like the first one was very weird. It was set up like alpha and I can't even remember like alphas and betas or some bullshit. Like whoever was there longer and fucking I don't know. And there's just like nobody really wanted to be there, you know. It was a bunch of bullshit. They're all just like it just seemed like very like blah. And they would bring in people that were like ex gang members, and they would have their like little like oh you know la di da, you know what I mean? And I'm just like sitting there and like I'm like, oh, I get it, but like I'm not in a gang, but I could see, you know, how this would, you know what I
Right.
mean, be beneficial to some other people. But you know, I'm doing my own shit, you know, like I'm smoking weed and you know, at that point, I already know I didn't just start off smoking meth, but I already knew what my mom was doing because she told me because I needed to know because I couldn't go off and like do some dumb shit and then like, for lack of a better term, like get her caught up, you know. And
Okay.
then she didn't want to lose me either, so.
I would imagine the bullying and all that intensified at the continuation school, or was it actually more chill because
Um,
everyone's kind of fucked up?
it was there was bullying, but like you gotta understand, like I'm not there was bullying the whole time, but I'm not able to level the intensity of it because most of the time I try to just push out a lot of it. I would have to say in junior high, I was getting bullied way more and way harder than anything. And then high school came along and it was kind of like, I guess, an aspect, you know, like everybody's kind of doing their own thing, but there was still bullying. Like, I was still the weirdo. You know, people still had bad days and needed to take it out on somebody.
So at what point did you end up going back to the normal high school, or did you just finish out your days in school
I
at
actually
this?
went to a fucking Christian school, and then they ended up putting me in an ADHD or ADD class, and I dealt with that for a little bit.
And
My mom was paid.
what grade
I don't
was that?
remember. I don't remember. That was like that. I think that was like elementary or something like that. I don't know, but I was there. I did that, and then I don't remember. I don't remember
So you got
exactly
into high
when.
school, you got expelled, you got into this continuation school. Did you
Yeah,
ever
but
go back to the
I don't
normal
know
school after
exactly at
that,
what
or?
point I went back to school.
But you did go back to the normal high school at some point?
Yeah, I don't know what grade or like at what they put me in. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how that works. I went from continuation school to regular school.
Did you still know people from when you were there before, or was this a whole new
I
school?
didn't know. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I knew people from my street and stuff. This one chick and then like her sister and stuff like that. And I didn't really I didn't really have that many like friends other than like my street friends. But we separated and went to different high schools. You know what I mean? And even different. A lot of people went to Lawndale, and I didn't go to Lawndale. I went to Lucinger, Lucifinger, and so after that, like, and then they all started on their bullshit way, like, on their deep end bullshit way before I did, and they were all running amok and doing their stuff. So I was still just kind of like strutting along, doing, you know, So no, I didn't really have a lot of people that I knew from my childhood and my high school.
So
Maybe like
was,
one or two.
I guess it was difficult, for the remainder of your high school years to connect with anyone? Or
Um,
did you end up getting friends and getting some
yeah,
kind
no,
of,
I got friends. I had this one, the ex-best friend that I talk about a lot in my streams. We had came in contact with each other around maybe like junior high times. Like, I had friends, my street friends that I was like I would ditch and stuff like that out of junior high and stuff. So I had those people, like the people that I in later years would do drugs with, and they were around. Um, one the My ex best friend went to school with me, but like at that time we weren't as close. So I was making kind of my own friends and doing my own thing, and I had like maybe one or two good friends that I can remember out of the bunch, and then just a lot of other people that I hung around with. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say that because I'm not sure like how it was all going down. So I was like really fucked up. You know what I mean? I was
right?
already messed up going back into high school. Like, back into regular high school, I was already doing drugs. So